below. For your reading pleasure, or not, I give you our presidents and their best corresponding baseball counterpart, in almost chronological order. Sorry, Ron. Though this depends a lot on one's opinion of. While Reggie Jefferson put a dominant 72.7 fWAR, Old Hickory was no slacker in the War department himself. However, A.J. Pollock, the expanded surname of Polk, has accumulated over 17 fWAR so far. We'll give the nod to Dummy Taylor and his 18.3 fWAR as the best, but honestly I got tired of looking after a while. But they can take solace that they were all better at their jobs than the only president to hail from Pennsylvania. Heavy the head that wears the stovepipe, right Abe? Some of them have been really good. Almost all of were better at their jobs than Andrew Johnson was at his. But this is a Rays blog, and there can be only one. Grant, Mudcat Grant only put up 13 fWAR in his career. But I dare you to give me a more U.S. Grant name than Mudcat. Hayes feels like a classic underachieving president. So, meet Von 5 for 1. Hayes. James Garfield was assassinated after 6 months. Coincidence? We do however have Arthur Rhodes and his 17.6 fWAR. That'll do. He was more Reggie Cleveland this time though. Let's hope for the better things for the closest thing we have for a baseball. McKinley, Jays catcher Billy McKinney. Roosevelt Brown was a first-round pick, 3rd overall, who went on to put up 0.8 fWAR for the Cubs between 1999 to 2002. He was also a Supreme Court justice, and was likely the dude responsible for 2 baseball traditions, throwing out the first pitch in the 7th inning stretch. John Taft, on the other hand, pitched 7 games for the 1913 Athletics, going 0-2-1 with a save, and a 6.62 ERA at a 2.39 FIP. So we're going to pair Woodrow with Willie Wilson, a talented speedster for the 70s, 80s Royals who never really learned that you can't steal a bag until you get on base, and who also got caught up on the Pittsburgh drug trials along with 3 Royals teammates and several other players. One-time Devil Ray Paul Hoover was a big leaguer for parts of 7 seasons over 10 freaking years. No one knows how that happened, or how Paul's minus 0.4 fWAR still managed to far exceeded Herbert's. Basically, he was Pete Rose. Eisenhower. Baseball is short on Eisenhowers, but long on Ikes. From Ike Boone to Ike Brown to Ike Pearson to both Ike Davises, there is a lot of competition. But we'll go with Gus Ozark Ike Nail, not because the outfielders won All-Star Game and 14.4 fWAR really match up with Eisenhower, but just because, well, we like Ozark Ike. We here in Raysland had hopes for our own Kennedy once upon time, who was taken too soon. God bless Joe Kennedy. Nixon. The only difference between Richard Nixon and Otis Nixon is that Otis never covered up any of his 620 steals. Whitey Ford lived at a time you could still call someone Whitey with a straight face. Instead, read this as you haven't already about the late Douglas Reagan Alt, original Blue Jay, from Rachel McDaniel. Bush the Greater was a one-term president who got super unpopular at the wrong time. Bullet. Joe Bush is credited for having invented the forkball. I'm just really bummed I couldn't figure out a way to link him to Gaylord Perry. Or Barack's. Not even close. I'm just not going to try because you aren't even reading anymore anyway. You're just looking for the last one. Trump gets Mark Trumbo, whom the Orioles have been trying to pass off as an outfielder the last few years. No one is buying it, fellas. Happy President's Day.